Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now,
grab your glass for some water. What's up, family? Hey, we're gonna be very slim on the sound effects today because I don't have multiple screens. But hey, family, we want to give it up and we want to say great Kuji Chagalia. We are on the day of Kuji Chagalia. Excuse me, I wasn't on my mic. You know, remember, I keep, it's kind of hard for me to remember that I am not in the studio and everything is where it's supposed to be, or the Black Cave, or my makeshift studio. I don't have a studio yet. Good morning. Good morning. I don't have a makeshift studio yet, but I mean, I got a house with I got whatever, but you know, it usually everything is in place, and I want to make sure you welcome here. On the Daily Spark. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, family, if you would. Also comment, because I am interested in how some of this information is hitting you, right? If you hear something you like, type in Ashe. I'm very interested to see how you spell it, because I could probably tell where you are from by the way you write it out. You know what I'm saying? What tribe, what nation, what crew you roll with. Or just throw some fire emojis. Let us know that you're out there. Remember, because the only way we grow is what? Is if we grow. I need to be doing some effective work with y'all, family. So, getting into today. Simple report. I am in Simbaland. I'm streaming live from Simbaland. I am in the woods right now as we speak. Surrounded by all this green. I have the frankincense and the churi burning, and I am excited and glad to be where I am. All right. Let the clap go down. All right, family, listen. Let me make sure you got the proper coordinates. You know that you are on the day of Kuji Chagalia. That's right. We are standing firmly on the day of Kuji Chagalia, but we are in the week of Umoja, right? So now, those of you that are new, you're just now listening. You haven't been with us a long time yet, right? You haven't been with us for a while. You are still at the phase where you are grasping understanding. Now, one of the things I want you to understand, you had this thing called the reticular formation. I want you to use the reticular formation, activate it, right? How do you activate it? You start looking for things, right? The reticular formation, you know it works. For example, if you ever had a car that you liked, you saw it, and then you couldn't unsee it no more. You saw a pair of shoes that you liked, and once you saw them, you couldn't unsee them anymore. Everywhere you went, you seen these shoes. Or if you seen a car that you like, everywhere you went, you saw this car. It just pops up. What's happening is your reticular formation is going through all of the data that is coming to you as an individual. It's going through all the data and it's extracting and finding what it is you're looking for. This is a survival mechanism for us, because the reticular formation is basically designed to help us as far as hunting for things, right? So, if I don't have an active reticular formation, or is broken, what they might call sometimes ADHD, ADD, is like my mind jumps, which makes it hard if I'm by myself to survive, right? A person with a super active reticular formation will go out and would be able to focus on one thing. So it's like, oh, we found a rabbit. We gonna catch this rabbit, right? It ain't we gonna catch this rabbit, but then I see a bird flying, and I chase the bird, and then I see a deer, and then I chase the deer, and then I get interested in some mushrooms, and I start picking mushrooms, and I put the mushrooms down for a second because I saw some grapes over there, and there's a fruit tree over there, and the reticular formation stops that type of shit from happening, because that type of stuff right there is hazardous to your survival, especially in the days in the past where you didn't have a grocery store where you could go. Hell, not having a reticular formation can be dangerous in the grocery store. Hell, take it from Brother Haatim. You got to be able to focus, and the reticular formation helps you with that. Now, bringing it back to the principle of the day. If you are new, I want you to activate your reticular formation, and I want you to go out and I want you to hunt for your principle. The principle of the day. Not your principle, the principle of the day. Your goal is to go out and find Kuji Chagalia in the world. Kuji Chagalia in your personal life. Kuji Chagalia in your business life. Kuji Chagalia. I want you to see it active. I want you to see it active with you, and I want you to see it active in the world. Because part of the thing that this world has us trapped on is that they has us looking for what they want us to look for, rather than us looking for what we need to be looking for, or what we want to be looking for, or better yet, what we need to be looking for. We need our principles active in our life. We know this for a fact. But we'll walk right out the door and forget about our principles. What we're trying to do here at the Daily Spark, what we're trying to do with the work that we do in the community, what we're trying to do when we bring individuals around December camp, we're at least trying to get you to focus for a little while on you and yours and what's yours. If you're listening to the Daily Spark, I'm doing this every day. So I'm trying to remind you every day, get out, seek out your principles. So today is Kuji Chagalia. So you're going to go and see how Kuji Chagalia is interacting in your life. Now, those of you that are a little bit more advanced, because some of y'all out there advanced, right? Some of y'all out there cold with it, right? So here is the challenge for you. Now, since we are in the week of Umoja, right? I want you to see how Kuji Chagalia, the principle of the day, interacts with the principle of the week. The principle of the week is Umoja. How does Kuji Chagalia and Umoja work together? How do they need each other? How do they empower each other? How do you understand Umoja looking at it through the lens of Kuji Chagalia? You dig what I'm doing, right? You dig the philosophy. I don't want to call it a science. The idea. You dig what I'm doing, right? Plug you into our stuff, and I'm saying, hey, seek it out. Now, I want you to experiment with it in your mind. I want you to build on it in your mind. I want you to make something of it in your mind. Because once we get the mind working, looking at our stuff, analyzing our stuff, breaking our stuff down, we are going to make it better. You understand? All right, now, on to the show for the day, family. First off, I want to let you know the proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. Wisdom is like a... Oh, wrong one. I'm on the wrong... Oh, here we go. Cool. Proverb of the day. Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Get it? Right? All right. Now, some of y'all I know, because like I said, I got some of y'all out here, some of y'all real smart. You be like, it don't have to be. It don't have to be in a garden. It don't have to be in a garden to be cultivated. You're right. It don't have to be in a garden. But what a garden or a farm allows us to do, it allows us to concentrate a large amount of product in one space. You dig? So if I'm going out and I'm picking it wild, I might get a amount here, right? But that might not be enough to feed the community. That might not be. See, if I'm thinking about me, which this society wants you to learn how to do, they teach you how to effectively think about you, and that's it. Your career is all about you. The money you earn is all about you. The property you buy is all about you. The clothes you buy is all about you. Everything is about you. Right? In the society that we are building and the one that we are moving towards and the one that we see that everybody else is operating on but us, it's about we. It's about we. In many cultures, I ain't even gonna say, we ain't even got to say cultures. We could just see a lot of these groups. In many of these groups, the I is secondary. Because we talk about how communal and how loving African people are, and I'm one of those that believe that. But for some reason, other people outdo us. They don't talk about it, but they outdo us, right? Because I'm trying to tell you, those West Asians, man, those West Asians, when it comes to libations, they outdo us. When it comes to collective work, boy, they done ran a game on us. Asians outdoing us. West Asians outdoing us. East Asians outdoing us on the very principles that we taught to the world, right? We become the most individualistic individuals on the planet. We become more capitalistic than a capitalist. But anyway, that's the nature of what we are in here. All right, but knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. When we, the idea of a farm, the idea of a garden is to have a concentrated area where certain things grow. This means that you have to weed. This means that you have to fertilize. This means that you have to take care of it, and you have to master this so that, because I want you to notice, things in the wild, they do grow, but it's very rare that they grow in a concentrated way. Because a lot of people say, I don't want to eat GMO food. When all the goddamn food that you eating is GMO, dog. No. Genetically modified. If you are eating a peach and the peach is big enough to fit in your goddamn hand, you are eating a GMO peach, even though they might not took it into a laboratory. Our people have been genetically modifying things on this planet since we got sense. Why? Because in order for me to get corn, I want you to understand this, in order for corn to exist, someone had to purposely breed it over generations with an end goal in mind. We need this plant to be bigger, and we need it to provide more sustenance for us. Oh, it tastes better like this, and we just crossbreed it with another boom, boom, boom. That's genetically modified. So we got people out here trying to avoid something with the food that they eating, that the food that they eating had to go through in order to be on their damn plate right now. Crazy, right? Anyway, knowledge is like a garden. I'm trying to concentrate the knowledge. I'm trying to focus on the knowledge. I'm trying to take care of the knowledge so that when I go out, I got a concentrated amount of the knowledge that I can use not only in each piece of the knowledge, but in the knowledge on whole, right? We harvesting, family. We need to harvest. So I want y'all to think about that one. All right, let's move on to the algorithm of the day. The algorithm of the day. My identity is a choice, not a reaction. That is the algorithm of the day. I want to make sure, just in case it's not in the script, the algorithm of the day. Because sometimes we put it in the script, but it's in the script. It's literally in the script where if you don't know it, you won't even know that I went over it. You'll just be like, oh, wow, type in Ashe. But you missed the whole fact that that's from the algorithm of the day. So the algorithm is my identity is a choice, not a reaction. Family, many of us are walking around here with false identities because who we think we are is nothing but a reaction to the trauma we have experienced in America and the trauma you have lived through in your life. Many of us don't even know who the fuck we really are because many of us are living lives based on trauma responses. Your identity is not a choice for many of you. Your identity is a reaction. Look at the parts of your life and start using that via negativity we talk about and start cutting it away so that you can see who you really are. And when you really start, and let me let you know how you know that you're getting close to who you really are. It starts getting uncomfortable. Where my thunder at? Where my thunder at? Oh man, I ain't even made it to the script yet. I can do my sound effects for a couple more seconds. Hey, Anime like that one. She throwing the thunder out. Ain't that right, Anime? Ain't that right? And since we in Simba land, Simba, you awful quiet. Is Simba here? Simba, you in Simba land? Oh, yes, Simba's in Simba land, family. Listen, most of you have identities that are trauma responses. When we look at our kids, the way our kids act in many ways are trauma responses. And the way many of us react to our children are trauma responses. The Bible of the Village does a workshop every year here called Man in the Box. The Man in the Box is a trauma response. And many of us have been exposed to some form of man in the box. So our trauma responses are trauma responses of trauma responses. We have generations of trauma responding. Many of us don't even know what it's like to be who we are. Many of us have to wear a mask every goddamn day. And the only time we are able to pull it down is every now and then when it feels safe. So when we dealing with the man in the box, we're dealing with a reaction. But a reaction to what, Brother Haatim? A reaction to what? Do I have to tell you? If I tell you, you brand new here. Right? Trauma response. My identity is a choice and not a reaction. Family, we here Nyame Journey. We here right now in Simbaland. We're letting you know that you have a choice for your identity. You can choose it. You can discover it. We can even go deeper. We can say it's a discovery. Right? Many of you have not taken the hero's journey to go and rescue you. Some of us are helping other people because of trauma response. We're reacting to the world. So rather than save me, it's easier for me to go and save other people. I know that shit. Damn, shots fired. Shots fired. I'm supposed to be talking to y'all. I'm talking to myself. Damn. Shots fired. I'm out here saving motherfuckers, and it took me years to even get close to myself. And what's crazy is you could know about these trauma responses. You could know about these reactive selves. And once it starts moving, and this is why I keep on telling y'all, it's important to have momentum in your life. Because what do you mean, Brother Haatim? These trauma responses, once they get a little bit of momentum, it's sort of like, and a lot of y'all might have not experienced winter where you had to get out the car and push a car because cars are so modern now. I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of cars get stuck. I don't know. Maybe I done moved up in the world and don't have to deal with that. But we used to have to get out the car and we used to have to rock the car to get the car unstuck. Right? It'd be stuck in ice, in snow, and in order to get it out, we would have them spin the wheels. And the wheels we would start rocking the car, and then we'll tell them to stop spinning the wheels if they got too deep, and we would try to rock it until it was able to get enough forward momentum to finally speed out. Now, trauma responses, or the reactions that we have, use momentum. Because once they start building up, and if we are not conscious of them and we don't cut off their momentum, they build up the momentums to, by the time you figure out what's going on, you already on the goddamn ride. This conscious thing, listen, this shit we working on, this you that we're trying to find, it requires you to be forever vigilant, because the trauma response that we went through is always waiting to come. It's like a disease. It's like a virus. It needs to be spread, because if you get control of it and stop it, right, it dies, and it don't want to die. Because because really, fam, we're dealing with shit beyond the concepts we've been taught. Ideas are living things. Thoughts are living things. They want to exist. They strive to exist. This is why they come to you. This is why they push out of you. This is why they try to help get you to bring them to life. They want to exist. And what's crazy is the ones that have the strongest urge for survival a lot of times are the most negative ones. They're the loudest ones. Many of your identities are reactions, fam. And you have to choose to go and give the ones momentum that you want. And you have to choose to cut off the momentum of the ones that you don't want anymore in your life. I don't think they heard me, Anime. I don't think they heard me. I mean, because I know right now nobody's typing Ashe. My fault. Shouts out, Sister Tiandra. I know I know you out there, baby. Right? But you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for those other ones, because some of this is hitting some of y'all, and it's like, yo, hey. But anyway, let's stop. My identity is a choice, not a reaction. Now, those of you that do and have made the choice, now what you have to learn how to do is to shield yourself from the reaction of others. Because now, when you are acting as yourself, I caught myself on this shit yesterday. When you are acting as yourself by choice, oftentimes you will bring out a reaction from people around you, because you being you makes other people be uncomfortable. When you are moving as your authentic self and you have found yourself, you make other people uncomfortable, and they have to react to you, because that trauma is a virus and it needs to be spread. All right, let me go, because brothers creeping out to the libations. Let me go to get through this. All right. So that is the algorithm for the day. I didn't mean to get that caught up on it. I did a little bit of it over on the Telegram. Family, make sure you join the Telegram. Click the link in the description. Come on over there and join us over there. Where we can have some real talk, right? So we did the proverb, we did the algorithm, and Butulu, the keywords for the day. So eventually we're going to break it down to one word per day along with the ancestral algorithm. Right now I want to expose you to them. So Ubuntu is I am because we are because I am. We spoke about that. We're working on that, right? I am because we are because I am. The I and the we. What came first, the I or the we? What came first, the egg, chicken or the egg? Right? Some questions don't need to be answered. Need to just be wrestled with, though, right? Thought about, written about, discussed, right? Now, these words are descriptive words, that line up with the principle today. So the words that come up for today for the Ubuntu loop is the word sovereign, autonomous, unapologetic, self-defined, authoritative, deliberate, unyielding, and resolute. Go over to the Telegram if you have any questions on how to use those, and plug them into the Ubuntu loop so that you can, come on now, you can do it. I have faith in you, even though we on Cultivating, right? Anyway, so we got the, let me get my haikus for the day, and then we'll jump right into the script and we done. All right, haiku, first haiku. Pain has been released. Rites of passage has begun. The old die for the new. Those of you that's been listening to me, you know rites of passage is my thing. I'm into symbols and signs and symbols, right? Mythologies, folklore, folk tales, proverbs, symbols, right? And what we know is that rites of passage is a process. Not only is a process, it's a process that is encased inside of a ritual. A lot of us are used to rituals and we go to them and they last for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours. Rites of passage is a ritual that lasts for a long time. Right now we have a rites of passage process here at Simba, and it lasts for 5 days if you are new. But once you pass this part of the rites of passage, you are thrust into the world of rites, at least the rites of passage for the rest of your life. Because Watotos go through rites. And to move from Watoto to teenager, there's a rite. To move from teenager to warrior, there's a rite. To move from warrior to nation builder, there's a rite. To move from nation builder to elder, there's a rite. And to move from elder to ancestor, there is a rite. And to move from ancestor back to Watoto, there's a right. You see the lifetime commitment, the multi-lifetime commitment that you have, right? Pain has been released. Part of most rituals, there is a release of pain, a release of sorrow, a release of joy. There is some type of release, because in order to open up, to allow new things in, something has to be released. Our ancestors lived by Via Negativa. It's a new word for a lot of us in the West, but we existed in Via Negativa. We knew that we couldn't exist carrying all this baggage that many of us carry in our lives. We had to let shit go. Like terms like, in order for the man to live, the boy must die. Well, all that is saying is that in order for the man to exist, something has to be sacrificed so that the man can have space to grow. When I was a child, I did childish things. And as I became a man, you have these things all throughout where it's just letting you know that space has to be made for something new. That you know what I'm saying? So pain has been released. We have to release it. Rites of passage has begun. In order for the rites to begin, for them to really start taking hold, something had to be released. The one thing we focus on here at Simba is helping young people release the pain. The old die for the new. It's a transformation. That's all that is. Many of y'all fear that. We don't fear death around here. We understand it's nothing but a transition. It's nothing but a rite. It's something on the other side waiting for me to pull me in when it's my time. All right, smoke as an offering cleanses the environment and keep mind focused. Am I haikuing? That man haikuing. Thank you, Anime. Somebody need to recognize it. Smoke is offering. In rites, rituals, there has to be offerings. Whether it's like, for example, with libations, we offer water, but water is the lowest form of liquid that you could give as a libation, especially nowadays because water is not hard to get. The best libations are done with something that is truly a sacrifice, right? So if it's really not sacrificed for, is it really? But we, symbolically, we recognize this. But in the actual underground rituals, when stuff is happening, please understand, we're using different liquids that require more of a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you got well water, just for the symbolic meaning of it, right? Boom. You went down to the river, you got the water for the libations, right? They had to travel away. Hell, the reason alcohol is used because alcohol requires a sacrifice in order for it to be made. And patience. Sound crazy for something that drives a lot of people crazy. But there's a lot of work that go into the alcohol, right? But I won't get all into that. Smoke is offering cleanses the environment. Oftentimes people don't realize that it's certain type of smoke that will tear up an environment, but there is types of smoke that help cleanses the environment, and the smell helps keep the mind focused. All right, getting all senses involved, right? Involved during rituals is key to success. When you start activating, you start working with rituals, right? Take it from an urban shaman. The best rituals involve all 5 of the known senses and maybe some of the unknown senses. We won't speak on that. But at least the 5. The smell, the taste, the touch, the hearing. Let me see. We got taste, touch, hearing, seeing. What is the 5th? Is it 5? Is it 4 senses or 5 senses? I could see, I could smell, I could taste, I could hear. So it's only 4 senses? Damn. Touch. Okay. See, hear, touch, smell, taste. All right, 5. It's 5 of them. All right. I knew I was missing something. But to have a ritual make a ritual powerful, you have to have all 5. You have to have all the senses active, right? We're working on that here, Simba. Last one, and then we'll get into the script. Don't just say the words. Use emotions as power to bring them to life. Is that man haikuing? Anime? Simba, am I? All right, Simba, I thought I was haikuing. It's awful quiet. But don't just say the words. Use emotions as power to bring them to life. When you are working with your ancestral algorithm, when you are working with your Ubuntu loop, when you are working with your affirmations, your words of power, the power is generated through the emotions. Say them with emotional content. That's Bruce Lee, by the way, my imitation, right? But anyway, let's get into the script. Anime, can you pull the script up for me, please? Okay. We are here. We are here, family. I want to thank you for joining me right now. Let me give you the official haiku for the day. My mind is focused on self-determination, define self, for self. Now, I know, there's some coochie chocolate haters out there because y'all think y'all principles is supreme, but hey, to each his own. I'm just going to say, life is so boring when you can't define it. Matter of fact, there is no life without definition. Your whole life, oh my God. Let me stop. All the principles are important. I'm just a coochie baby, and I feel that I have to elevate, you know what I'm saying, my principle. And I want you to do the same. Because what that does is it gets us having discussions about things that are ours. These principles are ours, and we need to act like they're ours, and we need to protect them, and we need to uplift them like they're ours, right? So, once again, the proverb of the day is knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. All right, so first off, I want to greet everybody out there, warriors, elders, nation builders. On this sacred day of Kuji Chaklia, we align our spirits, mind, and body with a deep, resonant frequency of indigo and dark blue. And it just happened to be cool enough where I could wear my No. I'm going to wear... I think later on this evening, I'm going to wear my long sleeve Kuji shirt. But I'm going to start the day off with my short sleeve Kuji y'all don't got y'all shirts. Oh, all right. In the description of the show, click the link and you go in, you get your show to rep your principle, right? You can rep the principle of the day. If you want to rep the principle of the week you was born in, that's your business. I don't have the issues that many of y'all have because I am a triple Kuji, right? Which means that I was born in emoji year. I was born in a Kuji cycle during a Kuji week on a Kuji day. Hey. I don't know what to say. But anyway, on this day, we align our spirit, mind, and body with the deep, resonant frequency of indigo and dark blue. Every principle has its colors. Learn the color of your principle and learn all the rest of them. Today we pull up our chairs onto the Nyame porch to talk about the sovereign power and who holds the pen to your life story. Ooh, who holds the pen to your life story? Damn. Shots fired. Shots fired. Let me say that again for you. Who holds the pen to your life, to your life's story? For generations in America, our story was handed to us pre-written by hands that did not love us. We were assigned roles labeled with limitations and expected to react continuously to external conditions. Too many of us adopted those reactive scripts as truths. We react to the noise of the news cycle. We react to the systematic pressures and absorb the anxieties of a world designed to keep us distracted and divided. In my story called The Baba, as well as the Player's Pyramid. Now, The Baba, you have to go back into my archives, and I haven't finished it. I'm thinking that I might lead that to be finished by, I don't know. I'm still working on it. But the story is called The Baba. We also have the Player's Pyramid, which is the book is available on my author's page. Click the link, you can go and get there. We are reminded that when you fail to define yourself, someone else will define you for you. Let me say that again. We are reminded that when you fail to define yourself, someone else will define you for you, making you a passive player in their game. As recorded in the book 7 Sticks, Do determination's tell. When the Princess Natur stood tall before her kingdom, she provided that identity is a sovereign choice, not a social reaction. You see how they put that algorithm in there? You see how the algorithm was working there without us even talking about the algorithm? And for those that don't know, the book Seven Sticks or Millennium Secret Seven, it's called Seven Sticks or Millennium Secret Seven, is a book that I wrote and is available. You get it in the notes. Self-determination is not about striving to do more, stacking endless tasks onto an already overburdened spirit, or exhausting yourself to prove your worth. That's not it. In the Nyame journey system, we practice via Negativa, the subtractive art of self-mastery. Kuji Chagalia demands that you stop adding noise and start scraping off the buildup. Look honestly at the soil of your mind. What weeds of blame, shame, and guilt, as well as fear, have you allowed to choke out your natural power? What false narratives belong to someone else that you still are carrying around? Society tells you to consume more, react faster, and seek constant external approval. But true Kuji Chagalia says, drop the weight. Cut out the toxic chatter. Shed the illusion that your identity depends on outside validation. Strip away the reactive mind until only your divine, sovereign core remains. It's taught in the Warrior's Handbook for Life's Journey and Haku by Haatim. The actual title of that book is the secondary title, Hakus by Haatim. The actual title of that book is Freedom Within Limits. When you clear away the mental brush, you discover that the Creator already planted the seed of royalty within your spirit. A person becomes what they think about. If you allow your mind to dwell in reactive outrage, you remain trapped in the circumstance. But when you choose Kuji Chagalia, you pick up the hoe. The garden tool, fool. Get your mind up out of it. Come on. Come over here. That's right. You pick up the garden tool, you pick up the hoe to clear the ground and cultivate your own garden of serenity. So now, here we go. We got this tribe protocol, daily actionable rituals. I've been telling y'all for a long time, you need to have some daily rituals. Let me help you out real quick. We got what we call the pulsational breath. Take 3 deep abdominal breaths, pulling the breath down into your kuumba spot below the navel. On the exhale, release the urge to react to external chaos. Only take 3 breaths. Deep belly breaths, pulling it down. The kuumba spot is 2 fingers below your belly button. So you're trying to pull down all of the energy into the kuumba spot. For those that don't know, the 7 points, or what they call 7 chakras in the body, also has a principle. So the kuumba spot is right below the belly button. All right? Declaration of sovereignty. Stand tall. Place your hands over your heart and speak aloud. My identity is a choice, not a reaction. I cultivate my mind and I harvest my power. Right? You can do the same thing with your Ubuntu loop. You understand what I'm saying? Put your hand over your heart. Because I want you to think about that. Remember how they taught you how to do the Pledge of Allegiance. You place your hand over your heart. You make it a covenant, a promise. 3, subtractive action. Identify one negative habit, reactive impulse, or need for external approval that you will weed out today. Release it completely. Ashe? All right, family. I wish you peace, power, and joy. Please like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, comment. And if you would, I ask you, I can't remember what I was going to ask. So, yo, I'm about to get up out of here because I keep hearing doors squeaking and shit. This means people sneaking off to libations and trying to leave Brother Haatim. I understand. But I'm coming. And I hope to see you at one of our libation circles. Right? Because we don't just have to do this as simple now, because it's a lot of adults out there. Y'all need this. I'm trying to tell you. The ultimate goal for me, because I'm an elder now. Right? The ultimate goal for me is to set up a symbol-like experience, a camp-like experience where we are able to raise the flag and we are able to allow adults, men, women, and the children want to come. We just build the village and we have a weekend. Or maybe we can have 5 days where we are able to immerse ourselves into our culture, into our morning rituals, to where we eat together, right? To where we learn together, to where we camp together, to where we sit around fires together. In fact, we had the pain fire last night. Pain release. Remember that the haiku? Pain has been released. We had the pain fire. That was the motivation for that one. But family, this is Brother Haatim. I'm up, I'm out, and I will see you soon. Peace. You know what that means. You are now listening to Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.